Once upon a time, in a beautiful valley surrounded by majestic mountains, there lived a friendly dragon named Smokey. Smokey was a little different from other dragons. Instead of breathing fire, he could only blow smoke rings. Because of this, many of the other dragons would tease him, and Smokey would often feel lonely and sad. One day, Smokey decided to leave the valley and go on an adventure to find a place where he would be accepted and loved for who he was. He took off into the sky, his wings carrying him high above the mountains, and soon he found himself in a dense, magical forest. In the forest, Smokey met a group of creatures who were also considered different from the rest. There was a squirrel who couldn't climb trees, a rabbit who was afraid of carrots, and a shy deer who could only whisper. These creatures welcomed Smokey with open arms, and they quickly became friends. Smokey and his new friends spent their days exploring the magical forest, finding hidden gems and treasures that they shared with one another. The more time they spent together, the more they learned to appreciate their unique qualities and the special gifts they each had. One afternoon, while playing in a clearing, the friends heard a loud cry for help. They rushed towards the sound and found a group of animals trapped in a large, tangled net. The animals had been captured by a cruel hunter who planned to take them far away from their homes. Smokey knew that he couldn't let this happen to his fellow forest dwellers. He gathered his friends, and they devised a plan. The squirrel, who couldn't climb trees, would dig a hole under the net, allowing the captured animals to escape. The rabbit, who was afraid of carrots, would use its sharp teeth to chew through the ropes of the net. And the shy deer, who could only whisper, would use her quiet voice to soothe and calm the frightened animals. But there was still one problem. The hunter was watching his prey closely, and they needed a distraction. That's when Smokey realized that his smoke rings could be useful after all. He took a deep breath and blew a series of large, thick smoke rings into the air, surrounding the hunter in a foggy haze. The hunter, unable to see through the smoke, stumbled around in confusion, giving Smokey and his friends enough time to free the captured animals. As the smoke cleared, the hunter realized that he had been outsmarted by the very creatures he had deemed unworthy. Frustrated and defeated, he left the magical forest, never to return. Smokey and his friends rejoiced, and the grateful animals thanked them for their bravery and kindness. From that day on, the creatures of the magical forest learned to appreciate the unique gifts that everyone had to offer, regardless of their differences. They all lived happily ever after, and Smokey realized that the true measure of a dragon was not in the fire it breathed, but in the love and compassion it shared with others. And so, every creature in the magical forest, including Smokey the dragon, learned a valuable lesson: that it is our differences that make us special, and when we come together, we can achieve great things. Now, close your eyes and drift off to sleep, dreaming of the magical forest and the adventures of Smokey the dragon and his wonderful friends. Good night.